I'm Harrison Reynolds. I'm a producer and the director of photography of A Patient Man.
Hi, I'm Rob Houle. I'm a composer for A Patient Man.
Jonathan Mangum, actor in Patient Man.
Hi, my name's Kevin Ward. I'm the writer and director of the movie.
Did you think that your character, the lead, should be liked or disliked from the moment we meet him?
Did you like the character?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because I thought he was mean. I thought he was mean. Like from the minute I saw him, I thought he was mean. But I wasn't sure if that was the correct reaction.
There isn't a correct reaction. I mean, I think that you want to have, you should have mixed feelings about this guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's a dark film, and I mean, I think the most important thing is you don't know. He comes off pretty unreliable, if that makes sense. I mean, you don't want to know where he's coming from too early, and he is a guy who is doing strange things, and you don't really have a very good handle on him. So, so I mean, I hope people like him a little bit, or at least care enough about the character to sort of to hang with the story, ideally. But I mean, that would be the most important part, I think.
I wanted to make him kind of boring, but I didn't think you had to like him. But I think you had to kind of maybe feel bad for him a little bit.
Sure.
If you feel bad for him a little bit,
Yeah, I felt that, but
then that's the hook. So that by the time you realize what he's actually doing, you feel bad for having felt bad for him, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of the hook that Kevin, I think, was headed.
I wrote the music, so what I was trying to do was like give him a little like tinkly theme. Yeah, perhaps because you kind of just never knew where it was going to go. But there were a few points where I was trying to make you kind of feel for the guy. Don't know if I succeeded, but that's what I was doing.
You felt sad? Or,
Like,
I mean, there's no wrong answer.
Yeah, I did. I felt bad for him because his wife died, and he was trying to like get his life going again, and that's what I felt from the beginning of the movie, that we were supposed to kind of root for him.
What band were you in, by the way?
A few. I was in a band called Dirty Candy. I'm in a band called Before Dawn currently.
And do you sing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I know you're upset about this video being super dark. This is normally not how I film my videos, but it's so loud out there, and I was being shoved by a lady, so I can't just like interview you. So other than
How do I feel about the character?
yeah,
I love the guy.
Is that because he's based on you and your past life?
It is
I'm kidding.
absolutely based on me. No, I think it's a fantastic character, and it's someone that I'm intrigued as to what is going to happen next to him. I have a lot of sympathy for him. I know he does a terrible thing at the end, but I love the character, so yeah.
Did you just spoil the movie for people?
Oh, did you? He said a terrible thing. Could be anything.
Okay.
I mean,
His coffee maker breaks.
yeah, it's all relative, right?
He shoplifts gummy bears.
He might shoplift gummy bears in the movie.
And how do you set up the shots, since I know you want to talk about cinematography, how do you set up the shots on the moving train?
So on the moving train, essentially we had two handheld cameras. We made the train, not made the train, but rode the train as it was driving east to west, so that sun was not an issue, flipping back and forth. We would ride all the way to the end of the line and then flip cars, right, because the cars are mirrored down the middle, and ride the opposite way. So we're always moving in the proper direction. The keys to it were making sure that we flipped it properly, making sure that we weren't having issues with any background continuity or anything like that, and shooting an entire scene in one go, because the cars in Sacramento were kind of varied in terms of style, design, so on and so forth.
I know you always had kind of a, I hate to say fantasy, because it's not really a fantasy, but the thought of like, what if somebody in the train were to do something
Right, sure.
to you,
Right.
you get involved in your life and that sort of thing. Did you base the character's flaws or positives on anybody you know?
No, I mean, I don't think it was like, I don't know, I don't have a weird revengey friend. No, I mean, I just think that people are complicated and people's motives are varied and unknown, and it's the concept of you think you know someone when you really don't. I mean, and so when you meet a stranger on a train, I mean, like, it could be someone terrible, you know what I mean? And so what does that look like? How does that play out? How does that manifest itself? Like, if you meet the wrong person on a train and become their friend.
Did you film this in sequence?
You mean in order of
Yeah.
scenes?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You didn't?
Yeah, very out of sequence,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was always wondering about that too. you know, how that would get into the minds of the actors and everything, that they had to go back and forth to the source material and, you know, try to get back in the mood of relating to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, you know, that's why actors are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they're able to be able to hone in on whatever the emotion of that scene is, and then have to go and hone in on the emotion of a completely different scene. And you know, I mean, you shoot a movie completely out of order. You shoot it just all one location at one time, and so you know, I mean, it's always I'm sure it's hard being an actor.
And you had a SAG AFTRA low budget, I want to say new media production.
Yeah, it was a new media. You know, I'm an IATSE member of the Motion Picture Editors
Okay.
Guild, and so I mean, like, I think unions are important. And quite frankly, if you want to shoot something with talented people, you have to go and find talented actors, and they're all SAG, and so you have to. You know, and luckily SAG does work with people who are making low budget films. It's not all studio pictures, and so I mean, that's an important outreach, I think, that the union performs.
I think one thing that was great is that Kevin did, we did rehearsals quite a bit.
Okay.
So that when we got to the set and there was a million things for him to deal with on a low budget production, you know, problems that popped out of the left and right, we had already rehearsed the scenes a bunch. So I felt like I was comfortable knowing that he could go.
What did he want from me from body language? Like, and then also like blocking movements and stuff like that.
We didn't really talk about that so much as just.
Mr. Director didn't talk about blocking.
Well, he knew we were supposed to sit.
Yeah, it was more about the performance.
He's sitting in a chair
Yeah.
for 85% of the movie. So I mean,
Well, you know, like body language and movement.
We talked about the character, which kind of informed the body language and the movement, and he was just kind of a, you know, he wasn't an exciting person. He didn't have an exciting
you
life.
want him to be very still.
Yeah, and especially if you're gonna,
He's sad.
if you're gonna be, I forget which actor said it, but if you're gonna be on screen and it's mostly you for an hour and a half,
carry the movie.
you have to be, you can't be mugging because people will be so over you in 5 minutes. So
No,
you
but
have to
you
really
actually,
tone it down.
like you're every part of this movie.
Yeah. So I was toning it down, keeping it small, just kind of. I have a brother that I love named Philip, and he's a very low energy, low key, just regular guy, and maybe some of that was coming out in that character.
For something interesting about the film, I don't live in Los Angeles. I live in the Northwoods of Wisconsin now. I did live in Los Angeles, but I live in the middle of fucking nowhere right now. So I was composing in a basement in the middle of winter, and it's negative 30 degrees outside.
Okay.
And the music I was creating was just like from dark skies, darkness everywhere around me.
Does your mood come out when you do? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like everybody, I myself
totally
included,
does.
everybody I meet is like, well, I was hungry today, or I was this today, and like I'm gonna put it on, and then it gets in the movie.
Yeah,
or
it totally.
Pieces. Yeah.
This is like I was just kind of depressed writing the music, you know. So yeah, it came out. Well, I just do whatever I can with what I got. This real kind of ragtag, like here's the steel drum. Here's
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like the beauty of working today. You don't have to go to Austria and they feel your fine works at the city auditorium. You know what I mean? Like we have all this technology available to us.
So it was really fun to put together.
Yeah.
It was really hard. But Kevin gave incredible notes. So I would do a pass of the film. It took like 10 months.
Oh no.
I'd do a pass and then get like 10 pages of notes. We were in band together.
Okay, that's cool. So he knew how to guide you.
But sort of. But he'd be like, do the tinky thing.
Oh.
And I'd be like, I know what he
He's a
means.
band. He knows. He should know better than that.
Well, that helps.
I think it's a great movie, and it's going to be on TVOD services very soon. The movie will be on Amazon within a month. So, looking forward to seeing you on Amazon. Thank you so much.
See you on Amazon.
See you on Amazon.
Bye.